How to solve your content crisis. Can your content delivery be transformed from an off-the-cuff process into one seamless connected journey? Yes, it can. Here's how. Step 1. Get content out of the channel. In most organizations, content is authored and managed in the same channel where it's going to be published. This approach comes with several disadvantages. Lots of parallel work streams, few opportunities to reuse across channels, overlapping efforts, and risk of inconsistencies. With the number of marketing channels always expanding and the expectations around content rising, we need a plan to tackle this. Step 2. Define the process of content creation. The next step is to acknowledge that content creation and management is a process, and then to articulate the broad strokes of that process. This will allow you to define the milestones of the content lifecycle and break it down into use cases and associated functional capabilities in each stage. The whole content creation process is often seen as complicated and difficult to structure. To take some of the mystery and drama out, we start by breaking it down into a few large steps that make that process tangible. Plan, author and collaborate, manage and curate, and publish and measure the effectiveness. Step 3. Integrate into the enterprise landscape. A content supply chain needs to be connected to the channels where the content is delivered, but also to back the office systems that own some of the raw assets we will be building on. Enterprise back-office systems or supplier sources contain bits and pieces of information we will need in our end channels. Examples include ERP or PLM systems that contain product information. OEM suppliers provide information that we want to enrich. DMS may provide technical manuals that we can use in a CRM service scenario. Step 4. Modularize content. Sophisticated channels will require more structure from your content than you may be used to. Once we go into localization or personalization scenarios for web or marketing automation, whether persona-based or individual-based, we realize that managing all of the permutations of combined content elements will not be sustainable. This means you need to think about your content as something that can be structured and managed at an even more granular level. Step 5. Define content ownership and governance. Since we moved content out of the channels and noted that channels are merely users rather than creators of content, we should also reflect on who owns the content. When you have several disparate systems that all house their assets, it's easy to lose track of who owns the rights and governance to each version, and who gives final approval on each one. Learn more by heading over to www.onlinewhitepapers.com today.